Okay, hi everyone. We are here to represent a group assignment, and here our assignment is on a small company, Delhi Pharma, which is in the Kitchener. And my friends will discuss about the presentation.
Hi all, Manoj this side. So I'm going to tell you about the agenda of this presentation. The first one is project context, and moving forward, we'll discuss the favored user classes. And the next one will be overview of elicitation plan, in which we'll discuss about interview activity, workshop, focus group, and observation activity. Project context. So our presentation is all about a pharmaceutical company named Delhi Pharma. This company is located in Kitchener, Ontario, in Canada. And this company is basically focused on delivering medicines and health products to clients. So basically, it's not a manufacturing company. They are kind of a reseller company, purchasing the products from the manufacturing organization and then resell it to the customers. The goal of the project is to revolutionize Delhi Pharma work system by developing a mobile app for prescription management and order processing and implementation a route optimization system to ensure timely deliveries. So basically, this company is dealing with the clients by getting their requirements on email mode and then making sure to make the roadmap for the delivery process and manage the inventories. So we are going to uh, tell the organization that they need the applications, two applications basically, to make the smoother work environment for the employees and for the management as well as the clients. Pain points. So there are many reasons because of which the company decided to go for a mobile application and their own delivery system. The first pain point is limited area of services. Right now, the company is providing services within the KWC region, that is Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge. So they are not providing their services in the different cities like Toronto, Brampton, or Windsor. So that's why it's a basically pain point, and they want to deliver the products and to serve the clients in multiple cities within the Canada. Second pain point is inefficient prescription verification process. Process for verifying prescriptions at Delhi Pharma is inefficient because it is manual, which can be time consumed and error prone. Due to the need of process orders again, this may cause delivery to be delayed and increase prices. Right now, the company is getting details from the client on email, as I discussed earlier. So while getting the details from client, the client needs to send their IDs as well on email, and after that, the employees of the company do the verification process of their IDs, and then they will generate the orders for the customer, and the further delivery process will happen. The third pain point is manual record keeping. Keeping records manually, which can be error prone. Due to manual record keeping practices used by Delhi Pharma, orders may not be accurately recorded, tracked, or verified. Order processing delays and effect on the company's financial statements may result for this. As I said, right now they are getting prescriptions and their and clients' IDs from them by email. So each and everything needs to be done by the employees, like making the record from which client they are getting the details, what is the verification ID, and it's take too long time to verify the IDs, generate the order, all the stuff by the manual mode. The fourth pain point is delay in delivery. As of now, the company took third-party courier service, which deliver orders within 5 days. Due to this, the customer cancels the order because sometimes a client want medicines on urgent basis. Maybe he is suffering from some major issues or some accident, right? So maybe he needs medicine within 1 or 2 days. So because of which they sometimes cancel the order because the delivery partner delivered the order in 5 days, minimum 5 days. So that's the reason it's a basic pain points for which like these are all the pain points for which they are looking for their own delivery service to uh, deliver the products fluently and to make sure the order keeping as well as prescription verification process will be fluently. So the next is solution, and my friend Rishabh is going to give you details regarding the further things.
Hi everyone, Rishabh this side. So in this slide, we will first discuss the solution, and the solution involve the vision and scope. First, the vision for the company is to implement a mobile application that will assess the all the prescriptions sent by the customers, and the employee will recheck those prescription for the cross check that whether these are authenticated or not. And after the authentication process, the medicines will be delivered to the customers right in the at their destination place. And for the scope is basically implemented by the developing of two apps. The first app will be deal with the customers, in which all data of the customers will be stored at a database, such as their ID, like the driving license, that will be verified at the time of prescription when they send. And the other application will be this seller side application, which will be used to check the inventory of the medicine, that whether the medicines ordered by the customers are available or not. And moreover, app will also help the seller to check whether there is a shortage of medicines in the warehouse or not. And this will also lower the cost of importing goods. Next slide, please. And in the next slide we will discuss the favorite user classes on which our elicitation activities will be focused. So our first favorite user class is business analyst. So basically these are the person who will identify the all the business needs and the requirements which are essential for the business, and analyze all the opportunities for the improvement of the firm. And our next user class is product manager. These are the person which are responsible for the overall success of the product, and along with it they define the product strategies, uh, prioritize features, and as well as the work with the development team. And moving on to next, we have the development team. This is a team in which the members are responsible for the development of the solution, which is a mobile application that will be implemented for the organization. And the persons involved in this team are the developers, testers, designers, and the product manager. And next are our next user class is the delivery manager. So as there is an inventory involved in this solution, so delivery manager play essential role by managing inventory as well as creating the various roadmaps for the successful delivery of the goods, which are medicines. And moving on to further, we have the stakeholders. So these are the persons which are responsible for the implementation of the solution, and they will give contribute their expertise as well as viewpoint for the successful achievement of the goal of the firm. And in the last, we have the end users, and basically these are the persons for which the companies implementing the solutions, and these are and the ultimate goal of the company is to satisfy their end users, which will be their customers. Next slide, please. And in this slide we have the elicitation plan overview. So basically in our elicitation plan, we have the four activities that are the interview, workshop, focus group, and observation. So in the interview we have the various user classes such as stakeholders, business analyst, as well as client. So the goal of this activity is to collect all the information and the requirement to prepare for the further process. So basically all the requirements and information will be gathered in this activity. And in the next activity, we have the workshop. So in the workshop, the user classes involved are the stakeholders, managers, developers. And the main motive of this workshop is to manage competing business requirements and undertake the stakeholder analysis. And the next are activities for the elicitation is the focus group. So stakeholders, product manager, and end user are the user classes which are involved in this activity. And the objective of this activity is to find concept and problems that were first overlooked but are crucial to the clients. And our last elicitation activity is the observation, which is very essential as it involves the end users and business analysts as the user classes. And the objective of this activity is to evaluate a user's work environment in order to comprehend how they perform their duties, as well as how the interface will look to them and what are their feedback to this mobile application. So in detail, my friend Viren will explain all the elicitation activities on the further slides.
Okay, now Dhruv will tell us about the interview and workshop, and then I will continue with the further two.
Right. So I'm going to explain you about interviews and the two other techniques. One is interview, and another one will be explaining about the focus groups. So first we will understand the interview. So what exactly the goal or the purpose of the activity is. So for that we need to understand the interview. So it basically, one-on-one interviews are a common elicitation technique where interviewer asks questions to the interview to gather some requirements, or we can say that gather some information. It can be conducted one-to-one person or remotely via call or a video call. So, what is the goal of the activity? We need to understand contextually. For that, the goal of Deliver Pharma is to revolutionize the work system, implementing a delivery system, or we are creating a mobile app technology. So, basically, we want to streamline the process and improve the work environment. For that, we are following a structured approach. We are gathering the information through a virtual conversation or face-to-face conversation. It involves asking questions or to elicit specific information from the participant. It can be open-ended or close-ended depending on the type of the information which we needed. So, who are our targeted user classes, which includes stakeholders, business analysts? So why would we use this technique? Because it gives us a elicitor a chance to gather reach to detail gather information that could capture other elicitation methods, which can identify requirements stakeholders might not have been aware of it, because they are directly or indirectly might not aware, or that does not affect in the project, but they have a definitely impact on the project. So what are the limitations of the technique? It can be difficult, sometimes time consuming, but if you need to speak about the prospects, there is a potential that interviews viewpoints will affect how the answers are interpreted. So, next slide, Manoj, please. So while talking about workshops, so what is workshop? Basically, we need to understand how this activity processes. So it is a second validation plan which includes to gather information or insights from stakeholders in a collaborative or interactive way. In workshop, participants are brought together to discuss a specific topic or a issue to generate ideas or solution, which includes facilitator guides the discussion and elicits feedback from the participants through group activities or any type of exercises. Depends on the activity, but workshops can particularly be useful for brainstorming, testing new ideas or concepts. They can conducted in person or virtually, depending on the participants and the situation which they are hiding. So overall, it is a powerful elicitation plan which fosters creativity, collaboration, technology. So basically, the targeted user classes are stakeholders, managers, developers. So why would you use this technique? Because there are two steps which to understand. First is active stakeholder participation. In this step, it stakeholders can clarify requirements. They can ask questions, ask for immediate feedback in a workshop, which will be resulting in a more accurate understanding what are their needs and expectations. Second, it is time and cost savings. It can be more efficient and effective way for individual interviews or surveys. Two things we need to remember for limitations of the technique. One is time restrictions and another is group dynamics. So basically workshop are time limited, which may not allow for a thorough examination of stakeholder requirements or views. And another thing we need to remind is group dynamics, which are group settings which can lead to dynamics that have an impact on how well the requirements are elicited in an information or a structured way. So now my friend Viren will explain you another two steps of elicitation techniques.
Thank you, Dhruv. Now I will talk about the focus group. So we all know that focus group is a type of a technique which is used in elicitation, and here we usually do research and collect the information from the stakeholders, and we form a small group where all the useful members are present, and there are only 5 to 10 members, and they all discuss what are the specific problems we are facing, and here they will talk about the app of the delivery pharma that we are going to use by the seller end and by the user end. And the targeted user here are stakeholder and product manager and the end users. So why do we need this technique? This technique is very useful for in-depth insights, and it will offer in-depth in searches, and basically, and the second part is that it give really quick results. uh, we can find what are the problem, and we will also discuss about the situations and also discuss about the solutions, and this all will be very quickly. Now there is one limitation which everyone can see, that some of the people are reluctant to speak face to face, and they won't be sharing their idea, which could be fatal for the company. Now, Manoj, can you skip the slide? Now, the next slide is observation. This is also an important technique. Here, the company hire the observers, and observer keep the keen look, and they see what can be done in the company, and they support the innovations and they support the new ideas. The targeted users here are business analysts and end users. And this technique, why do we need this technique? Because this technique will tell that what are the things that company might ignore, and they will tell to improve those things. And the limitations that we see are, it has to be completed in one session, which is quite less. And other is that observer can be biased. Like observer can think about a certain subject and choose his own decision and make it accordingly, which could be detrimental for the company. So this was all on the observation side. Now, thank you everyone. We have attached the link to the video and you will be seeing it.
Thank you.
Thank you.